Hello, everybody. Welcome to In Out Finland. I am your host, Ilda Shaibu, and I'm back with another interesting one on Suomi stories. Today, I have an amazing guest with me. Her name is Mette Maria Folari, and we are going to be talking about interesting stories about Finland. Hello, Mette Maria. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
All right. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I finished Swedish, so I talk both
languages.
Both languages.
Okay.
And of course, I was born in Finland, and I have been living in Finland all my life.
Wow.
I was born in 1977,
Okay.
so a long time ago.
A long time.
Thank
Not
you.
too long.
Thank you.
Not too long.
That was nice. I was born a long time ago, and so I have six children.
Wow.
And I work as a nurse with disabled people.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much for sharing.
Yes.
So first question, or first thing we're going to be talking about, Finland has been named the happiest country again for the 7th year in a row. What do you think about that? Like, as a Finn, from your perspective, what do you think? What is happiness to you?
I think maybe it has to do with maybe a security side of Finland, that it's a country that is much more secure than many other places in the world. We have benefit for people who cannot work, and our healthcare is also for everyone. It's not only for people who have money to pay for healthcare, it's for everyone. So I think that maybe those are the things that bring the happiness, although of course it's never for everyone. So there's always people who are not happy in this country, and there's a lot of them. So the question is difficult.
Yeah, and I think happiness is different for everyone.
Yeah.
But when Finland was named again the happiest country, 7 times in a row, people like Finnish people are not so happy, saying that a lot of Finns are not happy. But I think the president posted something and said it's more about trust, education, nature. Finland has so many of these things to offer. So a lot of us are happy, like in different ways. That's the way I see it. Like what we call happiness doesn't necessarily mean, jumping around and just looking very happy, but the system, the trust, things like that makes us.
Nature is of course a big part.
Yes,
in Finland we have more than 200,000 lakes in this country.
Wow.
We have so much forest.
Yeah.
So it's very important for Finnish people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Now we're still on the, getting to know you and personal questions. You're married to a Nigerian. How is it like being married to a Nigerian and living in Finland and having Finnish and Nigerian kids here? What is that like?
Of course, there's cultural differences,
Of course, yeah.
but I think it's not anything it's not like a problem. I think we can understand ourselves, like each other, very well. So I think we both respect the fact that we have a bit of different upbringing and different views on some things.
Yeah.
And I think that my husband, he's not very strict in some cases, that he will let me have my own mind.
That's amazing.
So I think that's okay. And to have mixed children, well, we have a 7-year-old girl, and we have twin boys that are 4, and they go to Swedish daycare and Swedish speaking school.
Wow, so they speak how many languages?
Well, they speak English and Swedish, but no Finnish actually so much, and only a few words, because all they can hear is. But Swedish is it's a language in Finland, so it's like you have many languages also in Nigeria.
Yeah.
So we have Finnish, we have Swedish, and we have Sami up in the north. So so they go to that school. Of course, the Finnish side of school is more. It's already people. They have many children from different parts of the world.
Yeah.
So the Swedish is more like still like white. So I have seen that there has maybe been a few children that are not that acquainted with my children because of the way that they are darker. So they had a little bit, or my girl had a little bit of problem when she started, but now it's okay.
Speaking about education, Finland is also one of the best places to study in the world. What do you think about that? Like, there's this, everybody says the Finland has the best education system, and there's been so many, like, what's it called, like rumors or so many talks surrounding that. So what is your take on it?
I do think that I believe there are others also, but yes, the education in Finland is very good and very high, and they take it very seriously, because if you want to become, for example, a doctor, it takes you first 6 years to study, and then if you want to become a surgeon or a heart doctor or something else, then it might take another 6 years. So the education to become something is long, so they really want people then to be good in what
grounded
they are,
in what they are studying. Yes.
The same goes for the teacher education. The teacher education is also very long, so it's not a short one. It takes many years to become a teacher for children, for example. So then we know that the teachers are good. And another thing maybe about the school system in Finland is what I like is that it differs very much from the Nigerian, because in Nigeria you have many of these private schools, and then you pay for the child to go, and if you don't have money, they take the child out for a time and then they go back again. We don't have that system in Finland. Actually, how places are built in Finland is so that when there is a land, the land is shared, so that a part of it, like this is what they try to, and usually what they try to do is that a part of the land is for constructing housing for poor people and people who might not have money to buy a house. And a part of the land is then to build houses for people to buy it. So then already we have children in the same area that are both poor and rich, or poorer and richer. And then we have schools in different places like this. And then all the children from that area go to the same school. So actually, for example, my own children from my older children, for example, they went to school with one of the ministers in Finland, like a politician, like minister children in the same school. So here we don't differ,
so everybody can go to the same school.
Friends together, and they will learn about each other, and they will respect one another. And the school is free, and
to some extent, the school is free.
What?
Like, to some extent, the school is free, right? Like, is it? Because I know that you pay as you earn in Finland. So if you earn so much money, you pay a certain percentage for your child's school fees, or is it like totally free for everybody?
It's totally free for everyone.
Okay.
It's only daycare.
Oh, it's only daycare. Yes, of course.
When you put your child to daycare, then they count that if you earn much, you pay, but it's still like. It's still not much.
It's not much. It's not
much.
So let's say I got you correctly. You're saying that if I should buy, way back, if you buy land, like an individual buys a land, they take a portion of that land and create home for old people, poor people and a school, or this is like the city buying a land.
Yeah, it's like the government and city.
Okay.
That when they plan an area,
they
usually divide it a little so that.
Okay. Thank you so much. I got. So can you tell us one fun or interesting memory about growing up in Finland that that is so memorable to you?
Well, when I grew up as a child, all the children from the houses, they came out to play on the yard without the parents from like maybe 5-year-old.
Yeah.
And because Finland is so safe,
Yes.
that you can just let your
Send your child outside.
yes
Let them take a bus.
yeah. So, and I think it's a little bit the same. Even now, at least I will let my 7-year-old girl, for example, she walks to school by herself. She walks back home. It takes about 15 minutes for her to walk. And she can go to the library on her own to read books. She can go to shop and buy herself candy alone. She can play on the yard alone. I don't think it's in many countries that you can let your child be that free from a young age, because there's bad people out there. So, but Finland is still, I think, quite good in that. And I think growing up freely like that was really something that I think all the children enjoyed.
In Finland, or since I have gotten to Finland, I've seen that there's mostly potatoes in almost every meal. And I, for one, haven't tried any nice Finnish food. Okay. So for any immigrant like that is new to Finland, what are the main Finnish foods that you think that this person has to try or that they have to try when they come here?
I think the Karelian steak, maybe. It's meat that you cook for very long in the oven for maybe almost more than 2 hours, I think.
Wow, 2 hours.
Yeah, so
That's
then it's very like soft.
Soft, yeah.
Yes, and I think there's plenty people in Finland that are hunting. So for example, my dad, who lives up in the north, he hunts. He hunts this big moose and different kind of animals.
Oh, nice.
And then we eat it.
Okay.
And that meat is, of course, like, it's very nice and good.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. So moving up to the sauna culture in Finland. Everybody's curious about this one. What is it with Finns and saunas? Why is it such a big thing? Why is it such a big thing in Finland?
Yeah, I think it started from way back when people lived in cottages and they worked on the fields and they were working to build their houses and build their...
okay.
Yes, so then where would they go and get themselves cleaned? Was in sauna, because sauna is a very hot room and so it makes you sweat. So all of that dirt that they got during when they were like physically walking,
yes,
it came off, and that was the best way to clean. And I think from that time we have just been used to using
saunas,
and that's why we are still having it even in these houses, like compounds. We have also sauna many times, and my granddad, he was actually born in sauna.
He was born in sauna?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
That's nice.
When he was...
That's a cool story.
Yeah. And he was actually born on the 13th of September, but his mother thought that it's an unlucky number, so she told the church that he was born on the 14th. So it says said on his passport, like on the 14th.
Why was 13? Why was 13 a problem?
13 is considered as an unlucky number. I
In
think
Finland?
not only Finland, but some other countries, because you have heard of Friday the 13th. It's
Friday.
Like a bad day.
Okay.
So she thought that 13 is not a good number.
Okay. All right. So Finns actually love nature.
Yes.
This is like, okay, from my perspective as a Nigerian coming here, I really cannot go out running in the winter. It's somehow. But then I've seen Finns running, taking a walk when it's really snowy, icy. I never really understood it. So what can you tell us about that?
Yeah, I think we have different sports.
Yeah.
In the winter, like ice skating, skiing, and people also run or use bikes even in the winter. And it's only because we have such a long winter.
We do have such a long winter.
We just have to make the best of it. Yeah.
So what's your favorite sport? What do you do? What do you do in the winter?
Well, I take my children to ice skate. I can do it myself, of course. Also, me mostly I go for I do a little bit of boxing, so I go inside instead of outside so much. But many people I do take walks in the winter.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. So let's take you back to being married to a Nigerian. Have you ever been to Nigeria?
Yes, I have.
How many times?
I have been one time there when Emanuela, she was 1 year, 2 months. Yeah.
How was the experience?
Was
how big of a difference is it? Nigeria, Finland. How big of a difference is it in your perspective?
It's a very big difference.
Yeah.
Yes. I liked Nigeria very much, and I enjoyed my time there.
Yeah.
So I liked it.
Do you have plans to go back anytime soon?
Well, I would like to go.
Yeah.
So let's see.
Okay.
Of course, I would like to go. It's a huge difference because I work, for example, with disabled people.
Yeah.
And I could see, a couple of times, I could see this. In Nigeria, I could see people who actually should have been in homes where I work with them and take care of them, but they were roaming around and running freely on the street.
Yeah.
And that was different.
Yeah, this is why we come back to the system, the happiest country in the world. And Finland has that.
Yeah.
Finland will, have plans to put elderly people in homes or disabled people in homes, and they just have a very nice and working system for them. Thank you so much for your time, Mete.
Yeah.
This was such an amazing time, and we hope to have you again on another segment.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Kiitos.
All right, that was Mete. I hope you had an amazing time as much as I did. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at INOUTFINLAND, where we are going to have this episode and many other interesting episodes of Suomi stories. We are also on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Do follow us. I remain your host, Ilda Shaibu. Bye-bye.